Humanity's forgotten power resurfaces. The vanishing of Earth. Centuries ago, Earth was a thriving hub within the galactic community. Humanity had spread its wings across numerous star systems, interacting with different species, establishing trade routes, and sharing knowledge. The galaxy viewed humans as energetic but relatively minor players, capable of significant technological strides, but no match for the more advanced and militarized alien civilizations. Earth had its share of conflicts, but none prepared them for the coming storm. It was during the first contact wars that humanity realized how vulnerable it was. Their explorers had stumbled into the Galaran territory, a fiercely territorial race. The Galaran launched a brutal assault, obliterating entire human fleets with technology centuries ahead of Earth's capabilities. The war was a massacre, with human ships shattered and planets ravaged. The galactic powers observed with mild curiosity, but none interfered. Humanity's defeat was inevitable. And then, one day, Earth vanished. The entire system was cloaked behind a quantum veil so sophisticated that no scans could penetrate it. Probes sent into the system were destroyed instantly, and human colonies outside Earth's borders went dark, leaving no trace. To the galaxy, humanity had disappeared, retreating into some unknown dimension or destroyed entirely. For hundreds of years, the name human became a myth, a ghost story told in spaceports about a species that had defied the odds, only to be consumed by their own hubris. But Earth hadn't been destroyed, it had simply gone silent, biding its time. The Great Silence. For centuries, humanity toiled in silence, unseen by the galaxy. Inside their quantum bubble, they rebuilt. At first, their efforts were purely for survival. Their fleets decimated, cities destroyed, and resources drained. The remnants of humanity turned inward. Earth's brightest minds gathered to devise a plan, one not only to survive but to return stronger than ever. The wars had taught humanity an important lesson: they could not rely on the galaxy to protect them. In fact, the galaxy would only prey on them if they showed weakness again. So, they began a multi-generational project to advance their technology in secret. Scientists, engineers, and tacticians focused on one thing: preparing for their inevitable return. This time, they wouldn't just participate in the galactic community, they would dominate it. The Ghost Fleet. Across the galaxy, rumors began to spread. In the darkest parts of space, starships had been spotted. At first, they appeared as faint blips on radar, too fast to track, too silent to follow. But then, entire fleets would go missing. Entire planets would report sightings of advanced ships with no identifiable origin. Pirate gangs who dared venture into uncharted territories never returned. Merchant ships spoke of unmarked vessels flying through dead spaceships that left behind no energy signatures but exuded an aura of incredible power. Space stations began reporting strange, fleeting encounters with these ghost fleets, which would vanish as quickly as they appeared. The rumors reached the Galactic Council. Fear began to grow. Whoever these ships belonged to, they had advanced far beyond the current galactic powers. The galaxy's greatest empires, like the Krator, dismissed these reports as superstition. But others weren't so sure. The fear of an unknown power lurking in the depths of space began to unsettle the galaxy's most powerful civilizations. The return. Then, the inevitable happened. A massive Krator fleet, sent on a conquest mission to claim a distant system, vanished without a trace. The fleet was equipped with the most advanced weaponry and armor in the galaxy. Thousands of ships, billions of troops, and yet, they disappeared without a single distress signal. The Galactic Council was thrown into disarray. Even the Krator, who prided themselves on their military might, began to panic. They couldn't track the attackers. They couldn't even confirm who or what had obliterated their fleet. But they knew one thing for certain: something had returned. Shortly after the disappearance, a message was broadcast across all galactic channels. It was simple, chilling, and unmistakable. We are humanity. We have returned. The message was accompanied by an image of a human warship, sleek, black, and armed with weapons beyond comprehension. Behind the warship loomed Earth, no longer hidden by its quantum veil, but fortified with rings of planetary defenses and massive fleets of battleships, bristling with power. The galaxy erupted into chaos. The rise of the Terran Dominion. Humanity had not simply returned, they had evolved. The centuries of isolation had given them time to refine their technology, master the secrets of quantum mechanics, and harness the power of black holes, antimatter, and dark energy. What had started as a desperate attempt to rebuild had turned into an era of enlightenment. where humanity became more advanced than even the most powerful civilizations in the galaxy. But it wasn't just technology that had advanced, the humans themselves had changed. Genetic engineering had allowed them to strengthen their physical and mental abilities. Cybernetic enhancements had turned ordinary soldiers into living weapons. They had forged an elite warrior class known as the Nova Guard, super soldiers who could tear through the most advanced alien armor and weapons with ease. Commander Elena Reyes, the leader of the Terran Dominion's Nova Guard, became the face of humanity's return. Her armored figure was broadcast to every corner of the galaxy, delivering a simple message: we are no longer the prey. Stand with us, or fall before us. The galaxy trembled. The Battle of Karis Prime. The Krator, still seething from their defeat, refused to submit. High Commander Zalthar, blinded by pride and rage, rallied the remnants of his empire's forces to strike at humanity's heart. His plan was bold, reckless, and doomed from the start. The Krator fleet amassed at Karis Prime, an industrial hub that produced some of the galaxy's most advanced war materials. Zalthar believed that if he could control Karis Prime, he could cut off humanity's supply lines and weaken their foothold. But the humans had anticipated this move. As the Krator fleet descended upon Karis Prime, they found it deserted. The factories were empty, the cities abandoned. It was a trap. From the darkness of space, the Terran fleet emerged, black, sleek, and unstoppable. Their ships moved with unnatural speed, weaving through the Krator lines and cutting down their ships one by one. The battle was over in minutes. The Krator flagship, once a symbol of their indomitable power, was torn apart by a single Terran warship, piloted by Commander Reyes herself. Zalthar was killed in the explosion, his empire shattered beyond repair. The galaxy watched in horror. The galactic shift. After the fall of Karis Prime, the galaxy realized there was no stopping humanity. The Terran Dominion had asserted itself as the new galactic superpower. No empire, no matter how old or powerful, could stand against them. The Galactic Council convened to discuss their options, but it was clear they had two choices: ally with the humans or be destroyed. One by one, the galaxy's most powerful factions bent the knee. Treaties were signed, alliances were formed, and humanity's influence spread like wildfire. The humans did not seek to conquer in the traditional sense. They had no interest in ruling other species, but they made it clear that any aggression would be met with overwhelming force. The Urian Emissary, a race of ancient scholars who had long stood at the forefront of the galactic knowledge, declared, "The era of human dominion has begun." The Terran Dominion established new trade routes, shared their technology with their allies, and expanded their reach across the stars. They built massive orbital shipyards, advanced research stations, and fortified planets. Humanity had become the galaxy's protectors and its most feared power. Part 8: The Forgotten Legacy. What the galaxy didn't know was that humanity's return wasn't just about power, it was about legacy. Buried deep within the archives of Earth, hidden in the ruins of long-forgotten cities, was the truth. The advanced technologies humanity had developed were not entirely their own. Millennia ago, before humans had even left their home system, an ancient civilization had visited Earth. These beings had seeded humanity with the potential for greatness, leaving behind artifacts, knowledge, and technology far beyond their time. It was only after the first contact wars that humans began to unlock these secrets. The Terran Dominion's rapid technological leap was not just the result of human ingenuity, it was the fulfillment of an ancient prophecy. The artifacts had foretold that one day, humanity would rise to become the guardians of the galaxy, wielding powers that no other species could comprehend. Commander Reyes, now the supreme commander of the Terran Dominion, stood on the bridge of the solstice, humanity's most powerful warship. She gazed out at the stars, knowing that the galaxy was safe under humanity's protection. But there were whispers of a new threat. Deep in the void, beyond the known galaxy, something stirred, an ancient force that had once tried to conquer the universe, a force that had been defeated only by the very beings who had uplifted humanity. The final frontier. Humanity had become the galaxy's shield, but now they faced a new challenge. The ancient force, known only as the Eternals, had awakened from their slumber. Their ships, massive and indestructible, began to appear on the fringes of Terran space. Entire star systems went dark, their planets consumed by an unknown force. The Eternals were unlike any enemy humanity had faced before. Their technology was beyond anything the galaxy had ever seen. They wielded weapons that could tear apart the fabric of spacetime. and their ships were powered by the very stars themselves. The Galactic Council, once divided, now looked to humanity for leadership. They knew that only the Terran Dominion stood a chance against the Eternals. The battle for the galaxy. The final battle was fought on the edge of the Milky Way. The Terran fleet, led by Commander Reyes, faced the full might of the Eternal Armada. It was a battle that would decide the fate of the galaxy. 4 days, the two fleets clashed. The Eternals' weapons tore through the Terran ships, but humanity fought with a ferocity that the Eternals had never seen before. Commander Reyes, piloting the Solstice, led the charge, her ship cutting through the Eternal forces like a blade through flesh. In the end, it was humanity's forgotten power that turned the tide. Using the ancient artifacts that had been left behind by the beings who had uplifted them, humanity unleashed a weapon that had been dormant for millennia, a weapon that could destroy entire star systems with a single shot. The Eternals, once thought invincible, were defeated. Their ships were shattered, their armies destroyed, and their empire collapsed. The new Guardians, with the defeat of the Eternals, humanity had proven once and for all that they were the galaxy's greatest power. The Galactic Council, now fully united under the leadership of the Terran Dominion, declared a new era of peace and prosperity. But humanity did not rest on its laurels. They knew that the galaxy was vast, and there were still threats lurking in the darkness. Commander Reyes, now the most powerful figure in the galaxy, led the Terran Dominion in its mission to protect the galaxy from any future threats. And so, humanity, once forgotten and underestimated, had risen to become the guardians of the galaxy, a force to be reckoned with, and a beacon of hope for all who lived under their protection. For in the end, the galaxy had learned one undeniable truth: humanity's forgotten power had resurfaced, and it would never be forgotten again.